Hey everyone, welcome back for race 4 of the Mario GP. It brings us to the Marble Mill, a track that's got a bunch of pachinko and a few other obstacles. Plenty of risk-reward scenarios on this track with a few jumps that you can try and skip some of the level, but be careful. If you fall off the edge, well, that's the end of your race. So we'll see who will be brave enough to take the risk and who can actually benefit from doing so. Taking a look now at our points. So the season so far, 3 races in. You can see all the teams and all the individual racers, how they've all gone through the 3 races. Most notably, the very first race we had everyone except for 3 people not getting to the finish. So those 3 currently with the huge advantage at this point in the season. And you can see just how everyone has been going so far. All the teams trying their best. Team Spooky in the last race getting 37 points, a very nice points haul. In fact, it's the highest amount of points any team has gotten so far, so no wonder that the Team Spooky are leading the championship ahead of Team Star and Team Bowser. And then we have our bottom 3, Team Baby Bros, Team Princess, and Team Mushroom in that danger zone. Just a reminder, if they cannot get out of those places at the end of the season, then those teams will be taking a break, and 3 new teams will be joining for next season. Now we have a look at our individual championship. Pauline has been doing a very good job. She's out in the lead. She won the last race last week, and right now she's had a first and a second place finish. Of course, there's Boo and Petey Piranha also there in the top 3. Those top 3 runners all they've had no DNF so far, so as a result they are leading the rest of the field. Although Peachette is starting to catch up. She has 1 race win and she's closing in on at least Petey Piranha. So just because they had no DNFs doesn't mean that they're safe. The rest of the field can catch up if they can perform well, even though they've got those DNFs. Speaking of which, Rosalina, Bowsette, the only 2 races still with no points. Definitely not helping Pauline out, who's leading the championship. And it's part of the reason why Team Star, even though you'd think they should be up there, they're only 2nd. So Team Spooky doing a little bit better as far as team goes. We're going to head now to the track and get ready for the racing. Away we go for race number 4 at the Marble Mill. We'll see who's gonna do a great job today. So far it looks like King Boo is the first one making his way into the elevator section. On the other side though, we've got Mario, Daisy, and Petey Piranha. So remember, Petey Piranha, one of those top 3 who have yet to have a DNF. So who's going to be first one down? Looks like it's got King Boo and Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong going for the very quick approach, and looks like Diddy Kong learning from his teammate, doing the exact same. In fact, Diddy Kong actually going even better. So Team Kong 1-2 currently. They head towards the water wheel section. They're going to get launched through the cannon, so we're going to get our camera, try and keep track of that. So Diddy Kong takes the risk, and Diddy Kong actually manages to do it. Teammate Donkey Kong not so lucky. Donkey Kong failing to make that jump. Oh my goodness! The championship leader, Pauline, that was an amazing jump. And now she's putting some pressure on Diddy Kong for the lead of the race. You got crazy action going here, so they're just a little bit apart. Diddy Kong ahead of Pauline. Some crazy risk taking, and looks like it's gonna pay off for both Diddy Kong and Pauline. They just gotta get past this piston section. Pauline going for back-to-back wins, and it's looking like she's gonna do it. Pauline gets back-to-back wins, and so she gets the race win. Diddy Kong right behind. And now this is going to be very interesting because it's going to trigger the end of the race procedure. So now the rest of the races only have about 45 seconds to make it to the finish. You can see the elimination wall closing in behind. So anyone who's a bit too slow will not make it and get no points. So we've got Peachette. She's going to come through for 3rd place. Peachette 4th coming into the into this season, into this race. So it looks like Yoshi got caught out by the wall, or maybe he just fell off. But the wall is starting to close in on some of these back runners. Daisy in a bit of trouble. Dry Bones also very much needing to get a move on. Luigi should be safe. Dry Bones and Daisy, though, they're running out of time. Only a couple seconds left, and it looks like they're gonna be out. Pauline, though, back-to-back wins. She's had one hell of a season so far. That's the best way you could possibly go. So that's 2 races in a row for Pauline. She's gonna have a one hell of a gap now in the championship. Diddy Kong, who was following his teammate Donkey Kong, but unfortunately, Donkey Kong just not quite able to do that jump. Diddy Kong, though, nailing it perfectly. Pauline also managing to do a really good jump. In the end, the gap was only less than a second there. So very close indeed. About 4/10 it looks like, between the 1st and 2nd. Then look at that gap. Half a minute. A full 30 seconds back to 3rd place. That shortcut just really did the trick for those top 2 runners. Meanwhile, we had, looks like about 7? Yeah, so we got 7 people getting the DNFs there. So unfortunate for those racers there, but Pauline, 2 wins in a row. What a way to end the first half of the season. Here are your race winners for race number 4. We've got Peachette in 3rd, Diddy Kong getting that 2nd place, and then Pauline with her back-to-back wins. So congratulations to our top 3 winners. And let's go check out the scores and see how we all round up at the end of the halfway point. So if we take a look at the individual championship, Pauline extends that lead, 2 first place and a 2nd. She's already into the 3 digits now. A really good start for her. She's already got a huge gap to 2nd place, who is actually Peachette now. So Peachette moves up into 2nd. Boo, finally getting a DNF, has now dropped down into 3rd. Petey Piranha, who actually didn't get a DNF, but just hasn't been racing particularly well, still up there, tied for 3rd. In fact, got a 3-way battle going there for 3rd place. Boo, Petey Piranha, and Birdo, who's moved up 3 spots. So 3-way battle going on there. So some of our biggest winners today, we've got Toadette has moved up 6 positions into 12th spot. King Boo also moving up 6 spots in 13th. And finally, everybody has some points. So both Rosalina and Bowsette finally getting some points there. Meanwhile, our biggest losers, though, definitely Dry Bones going down 7 spots, and Daisy losing out 6 positions there. So not a good run for those 2. Looking at the teams, so Team Star finally jumps into the lead. The 2 wins and the 2nd place all from Pauline. But now that Rosalina actually decided to get some points, Team Star finally moves ahead. Team Spooky, who was leading the championship coming into this race, had a terrible showing. And as a result, they've dropped down 3 positions down into 4th now. Team Super Crown having a really good race though. They've jumped up 3 positions. Very close to Team Spooky there. No changes for the bottom 3. They're still stuck in that danger zone. And if we just quickly look now at our season summary. So we're halfway through the season. So Team Spooky getting 0 points for that race, and as a result dropping 3 positions in the team standings. Team Star and Team Super Crown doing a really good race, 41 points and 40 points for those 2 teams. It's the most points we've seen so far, so they've picked a really good time to start clawing those points in. Rosalina finally trying to help out her teammate just a little bit. But you can see right there, those 2 30s. Pauline back-to-back wins. We'll see if she can make it 3 in a row next week.